Hey, hello, what's up, you guys? It's Brady coming at you from the floor. I kind of like this setup more. It has my pride flag in the back. You can kind of see how messy my room is, but that's okay. It's Saturday. I'm procrastinating my homework, but making a video, so it's kind of a win for you, win for me situation. Alright, so today I'm going to be talking about my coming out story. Both of them, all of them, I guess. Coming out is an absolute process, and even though people say, oh, this is when I came out, you just keep coming out. There's always going to be people who ask you, there's always going to be people you feel the need to tell. So your coming out story basically never ends, but the first time is super special, and when you tell your family, it's super special. So the first time I ever said out loud, I'm gay, was July 3rd, 2018. And I told my friend Erin at the summer camp I work at. So shout out to Erin if you're watching this. We were sitting on the porch, and I told him it was the night before the 4th of July, so we had just watched fireworks, and we came back. We were just chilling. And I was like, hey, I think I like girls. And my favorite part of this whole story is that he looked at me and he said, rock on. And I was like, dang, you're the best. It was like the best first coming out experience I could have ever asked for, because he was just like, cool, sounds good. I then spent the entire rest of the summer, my mom works at the same camp as me, so I then spent the entire rest of the summer being stressed about my mom finding out. So I avoided her, but I told like everyone else. So like everyone in the camp knew I was gay, except for my mom. And I remember walking around a camp dance with my friend and coming out to him and crying. I was just like so scared that my parents would hate me for some reason. I really had no reason to believe that. My parents are great people, but the world is so complicated, and I've heard so many bad coming out experiences that I was just ready for the worst. But the last day we were at camp, I was walking with my mom back from a meal, and I was just like, hey, Mom, I think I like girls. And I mean, she took it as well as she could have. There was nothing wrong with her reaction, and she was supportive. But I was just not ready to tell the rest of my family. I don't know, for some reason it was easier to only come out to my mom than it was to come out to the whole family. So I waited a couple months until I came out to the rest of the family. We had gone to Applebee's for dinner that night, including my meme and my uncle. And my meme, being very, very Catholic and amazing human, but very Catholic, is someone who will never know my sexuality or my gender, just because if it's not straight or cis, that is probably going to be an issue. So, kind of ironic that I came out to them that night, but I waited for my meme and my uncle to leave, and I told my family I wanted to talk to them all together. And I said, look, I'm still the same person you've known for like, how old was I? 15, 16 years. But this is who I am, and this is who I love. And they took it really well, and we group hugged it out, and it was great. I mean, obviously, no matter who you come out to, it takes time, because they knew this whole version of you, and now it's changing. So their image, the image they had of you, is changing all of a sudden, and that can be a lot to handle. And even if they take it well, everyone has some adjusting to do. So keep that in mind. My extended family kind of just figured it out from my family. My my parents kind of did the coming out for me on that part, which I greatly appreciated. I told my grandmother in the spring of 2019 before I went to prom, because I had a girlfriend for the first time, and I was going to prom with my girlfriend. So I told my grandmother, and it was, like, honestly incredible. This is my other grandmother, not my meme. But my grandmother took it so incredibly well and was one of those people who's just like, I need you to love who you're gonna love, and I want you to be your authentic self, and that's the way it's gonna be. My granddad passed away that winter, so I never got to come out to him, which is something that I still kind of struggle with, because it's like he had an image of me that is different than what I actually am. But I don't know, I like to believe that he might know, and that he is watching me and he knows. So I don't remember exactly the first time I came out as non-binary. I'm pretty sure I told a friend of mine at school, and his response was the John Mulaney quote, "We don't have time to unpack all of that." So he meant it in the best way possible, and it was a great response. But the first time I really seriously got into being who I am was when I went to a conference at a different school with all my friends from my school, and I went by Brady for the day, and it was the best feeling ever. Since no one knew me, I was able to say, "Hi, I'm Brady," and it was the best feeling in the world. So from there, I never looked back. I have this amazing teacher, amazing band director, who is an incredible mentor to me, and we went around to all my teachers and reintroduced myself as Brady with they them pronouns, and that just felt super, super good. And all my friends were super supportive. I remember one time a teacher put a paper for me on their bulletin board, and it said my dead name on it, and one of my friends crossed out my dead name and wrote Brady, and I just remember feeling like the luckiest person in the world. So last year I reached a pretty low point in my mental health, when I had to go to the hospital for help, and my parents asked me, like, what's going on, how'd you get to this point? And one of the reasons was because I was in the closet about this. So I told them, and my parents were accepting, but this is a lot more to process. Being told your daughter is not your daughter anymore is a lot to process. So there's definitely some processing going on there, but they did a really good job figuring it out and navigating that. And then I came out as a trans man, which I still don't know if that's my final form. Like a Pokemon, I don't know. But I do know that it's what feels right now. So I came out to my band director, and then again I emailed all my teachers, and I was like, he him pronouns would be cool. I talked to my roommates, and I was like, he him pronouns, and everyone's been super cool. I have yet to tell my parents because I just don't want them to be like, oh, you changed your mind, this is what we thought would happen. So I'm waiting until this feels like absolutely right, and I can talk to someone about what's going on, and I can get some guidance and just figure out what the best thing for me is. But coming out is a scary thing, and it takes a lot of courage, but it's absolutely worth every second of the heartache and the stress and the anxiety. All of that is worth the relief you feel after. And it's such a good feeling. So if you're in a safe space to come out, or if you feel like you can come out to some people but not other people, do it. Because there's nothing better than being your absolute organic true self. Love you all. Bye.